Sorry, just give me a second. I just swapped screens to my other, so I can, so I like, I have a monitor for both my Switch and my normal screen, and, when I turn it off, it just, like, all my windows and everything just get, like, messed up, so I need to, fix that real quick. Give me 1 second. Uh, okay. Oh my god, everything's just messed up. My monitor's got all my windows and everything got like put into the same monitor, and there's stuff playing in the background. So okay, I got that sorted out. Let me swap scenes to my this. Okay, we're getting back into it with the uh I believe it was Brilliant Diamond. Yes, Brilliant Diamond. We're doing the shiny. I mean, not the not shiny hunt. The High Ivy Ditto hunt. It's gonna be a long one. We did it for several days already. I wasn't expecting to get it by now, but eventually we're gonna get one, right? Uh, this 5 Ivy Ditto better be worth it at the end. I mean, all the competitive stuff we're gonna do with it. Hopefully, I mean, it's a High Ivy Ditto. It'll be worth it. I mean, to me at least, like the hours I put in. So. We are gonna go for only like a couple chains. I'd say maybe we did start a little bit late, so maybe about 2 hours of this, and then we'll swap over to Kingdom Hearts to complete our 100% run. But that'll be that when we get to it. This is gonna be our Ditto. Ditto. Hmm. Not a Ditto either. Is everything okay? Maybe I did rush with sorting things out, so maybe I do have some things that are it should be fine. Ditto. We get to even find a 4 IV Ditto. I don't like our odds of like getting a 5 IV Ditto before we get a 4 IV Ditto. To be fair, like 4 IVs is never guaranteed, but 5 is at the 100. So it's just really get there. That's the thing. So not in favor. 0.07. Yeah, probably gonna switch over maybe an hour, hour and a half, or maybe 2 hours in, or whenever we get bored of this. Whenever that will be. You know what? I think we're just gonna go for a couple decent chains, and then whenever that goes break, we'll switch over. Goal was to get like a 40 chain, an average of 40 chain, a 140 chain every single stream. But that can't always be the case. I mean, our average is probably like close to one, maybe actually a little bit over. Commander, I don't know. It's approximately one, I think. So we've got a chain of 50, 53, couple of like got like 140, some 41s and beyond. Let's say we have like about one a day, I think, in terms of number of chains that are in 40s or past 40. So it doesn't quite matter if they don't start with a Ditto, right? Come on. Oh. This is absurd. There's our Ditto chain number 72 starting. Finally. Back a little bit. There we go. Now I'm closer to the center of the screen. Center of the camera. Is that where you usually sit? That should be good enough. Barrel capture in the first one? I'll take it. I wonder how many shinies we're gonna encounter before we get our 5 IV Ditto. That's what we have the counter for, I guess. We can just we will know how many shinies we've seen. Well, we can kind of like have a general ratio. I mean, I guess it's not really like a good one because just because I mean, one sample size of 1. Unless other people are gonna be doing like 5 IV Ditto hunts that I don't see why this would be a thing. Why this ratio would be accurate. Exactly, the sample size of 1. That's never good sample size. Statistically, of course. So. Math is too complicated for me to find out. And our chain dies at 3. Actually, let's check our I forgot to check just in case, because there is a chance that this one of these could just be the 5 IV Ditto. Because the animation only shows during 2 IVs, not 3 or 4 or 5. It just shows at 2. Yeah. No. Okay. And an ability Ditto on the very first one. We'll take it. Chain number 73. How long will we go? Glad the other one broke early. Just so that means we know. I mean, if it wasn't gonna go to 100, might as well break extra early or go with 40. You know. Oops, wrong Pokeball. I mean, there's a chance of catching. I'm not gonna complain if it does, but sure, I'll take it. Gotta remember to switch Pokeballs next time, though. This is a little bit. It's already starting to get a little bit tedious. I think we have something else planned today. Actually, I don't know how many more weeks of Birth by Sleep we're gonna be doing, because we have to. For Birth by Sleep, we have a couple things we want to do. Birth by Sleep. We have the racing in the arena. We have the arena itself. We have the unversed missions. We have the ice cream collection. The last two, which are from the arena, so that's gonna be. We'll get that done easily. And one of the ice cream, of course, is needed for one of the unversed missions. So after that, we have post game bosses. The Vanita's Remnant. What do you call it? The other boss. That boss in the arena boss. No Heart, was it? And then we have El Young Xehanort, or the Unknown, in Land of Departure. So those three bosses after that, and then we're actually done with oh, the secret episode. Not secret ending. Like final. There's a final episode and then there's a secret episode. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's a secret episode is no, the final episode is like the post game thing that you can play regardless by completing all of the characters. And then the final episode is a secret episode is the secret ending kind of thing. So I have not checked that out yet, so I want to see what that's all about. I've not seen it at all, so that'll be new. 6. This is just all a numbers game. All numbers game. Are you a 5 Ditto? I'm gonna check every single one. Actually, now that I know that the animation is a little bugged, where only shake. You know how I told you there's like 2 animation or greater bug? Is 2 IV or greater animation? It's not 2 IV or greater. It's exactly 2 IVs. So it won't show the animation if there's 3 or 4 or 5 or 6, to my knowledge, at least. I noticed that on the chain of 40s and like and when I got like other 3 IV Dittos, it did not show us that animation. Even when we got hit like the 30 mark, which is guaranteed 2 IVs, sometimes we got 3 IVs, I think, once, and it did not show the animation. I was really confused, and it didn't have 3 IVs, so that's why it did not show. I think that's probably also probably a bug. So, now they have to fix this Pokeraider IV stuff soon. This is absurd. I mean, when they do fix it, I probably am gonna go for either couple 5 IVs or a couple 4 IVs with the 0 in speed and 0 in an attack, and then maybe like 2, 3, 4. Maybe potentially, if we're gonna go for all of that, maybe even just even a 6 IV, you know. And if we're going all that way for all these Dittos, we might as well get all the natures. I'm just, you know. Natures aren't that hard to grab. Just catch a bunch of Dittos. I mean, like, if you want high V with all the natures, you're gonna have to, oops. That was oops, for sure. At least we had 1 great ball, I love it. We had 1 great ball. See, it's like if I pressed the button once, that would have ended up being on the Master Ball. Yikes. Number 9. Hey. You know, approximately half of all the Pokeraider runs only reach McDouble digits, you know, so. Gotta take what you get sometimes. How far are we gonna get? One day I hope we also finish our national decks. It's so close. 1, 2, 3. Our national dex is missing. Let me just bring up what we're missing here. I do want to end up getting another Spoink. I know we got traded by Seared Gaming, but I still want to have one in regular Pokeball. I prefer to have everything caught in Pokeball, just like, and that's a pretty cool thing, having a living dex, all Pokeballs or Safari Balls if need be. Anyways, we're missing Lapras. I know where to get it, so it's not a problem. We're missing Pidgeys, the Pidgey line, the Dunsparce, Electric line, so Electric, Puzzle, Minun, and then Castform, and then Yanma, Yanmega. I did end up finding the Execute and Executor. I don't know what's called. Yeah, we ended up finding those. So it's yesterday, 2 days ago, 2 days ago. Yeah. So Yanma's only Great March Pokemon left, which, you know, pretty decent odds. Like what, like 1 in 13, 1 in 12-ish. Yeah, 1 in 12. It's not that bad. 1 in 12 times 6. So each area of the march has its own daily Pokemon. That's how that mechanic works. Some of them can be repeated. Some of them can have the same ones, so it's always just 1 in 12 for each one. 1 in 12. 11 out of 12 to the power 4, like 100% minus 11 over 12 to the power of 6. Really? That is the odds of you getting? Yeah, odds of you getting the Yanma. So let's just take a look at that. Do some math. 1 minus 11 over 12 to the power of 6 multiplied by 100%. It can't be 40. Is it 40? That feels wrong. That feels very wrong. This. This. No. 11 over 12. 11 divided by 12 to the power 6. I guess it is about 41%. Okay, and that feels so wrong though. 44% chance of one particular Pokemon spawning in the area. Huh, that's actually not that bad. Not that bad at all, I don't think. Yeah. Cool. Like 40% of at least one of the areas having Yanma. Is that right? 1 in 12. Each area has a 1 in 12. Each area has a 1 in 12 chance having a Yanma. That means it has an 11 in over 12 chance of not having a Yanma. The odds of all the areas not having Yanma is like 59%. Which means the odds of one or more area having a Yanma is 40% or greater. Okay, I guess this is 40%, but that's kind of strange considering, like, actually any single one of the Pokemon, the daily Pokemon, all of them have like 4% chance of spawning at least one area. That feels wrong. It feels so wrong, because, like, Actually, that could be right, because they're spawning 6 Pokemon. For 12. Wait. The odds of you... Yeah, no, that's right, that's right, that's right. The odds of you spawning none of them, none of ignore that not drawing that Pokemon 6 times in a row is 50 is at 9%. Okay. How else could you think about it mathematically? Can you think of like the permutations or the not the permutations. The permutation is like requires order. So like the selection of 12 things where each of them can be select the same card. And back for more anime. Have you even... Hey, Death Rider, have you checked out ReZero yet? I don't know if you'd enjoy it, but you did say you check it out. I don't know. I'm giving you one day. That's probably not enough time. It's back for more anime, huh? You know what? Sure. Caught up with the world's finest assassin? Oh, okay. How was that? Was it as bad as you thought it would be, or were you okay with it? ReZero tonight. It's a long one. I'm really looking forward to the next season. As someone who like went up ahead slightly in the web novel, and the next arc is gonna be quite fun. Very entertaining, very fun. It was a horrible 6th episode, but 7 to 9 is amazing. I feel 7 to 9 has the same energy as like every other episode, to be honest. Maybe there's like a slight sense of progress, but maybe there was some progress story-wise, but overall, I'd say just entertaining as usual, I'd say. I think it's Date's next episode. Date's next episode. I have no idea. I mean, I have no idea. I don't remember. I gotta be honest. All the isekai plotlines currently this season aren't that memorable. Like, some of the premises are memorable. Some of the characters are kind of memorable. Temporarily, it's seasonal anime. Nothing really, like, ever sticks that long nowadays. But, the story itself is, like, instantly forgettable for me. But I still have enjoyed it while it's there. So, I'm sure that if I, like, rewatch episodes... Have you been watching Fruit of Evolution? Oh, that was just... I couldn't. I read like 2 chapters of the manga. I'm like, I'm dropping this right away. It just... I couldn't watch it. It was, ooh. A bit much for me. It's... How do you... Like, the events just don't make any sense. It's like pure fulfillment, not entertaining. It's just, oh, episode 10 is of today and I've got this far, I might as well finish it. You know what? I actually, I'm impressed you got that far, you know? There's some people that can, there are a lot of cringy shows out there, and I'm like, some people, I don't understand how some people can watch them. Seed of Evolution may not be one of them, but it's getting up there. It's pretty far up there for me. I don't think I could handle it. So it really shows. People who watch anime, some people just have different tastes. So and different like levels of tolerance for like stuff. Like, come on, episode 1 was just like the premise and how like things play out. I mean, it isn't good, but it's more of a don't have to think and watch. Oh, if you even have to think, like if you even think about anything about the series, like it just ruins the entire experience, and I can't do that. Like, I like to have some consistency in the world. I love to have some sort of like planning story-wise or like world building, like, but everything is just so generic, so flat. It's kind of it's so bad. I can get into why it makes it bad, but like even that wouldn't probably even do it justice. It's like the events just happen, and they happen in like the most bland way, and it just shoves it in your face. It's like, hey, this guy ate a seed, and then he's now, his body changes, or he's like, he's OP, and then he wants more. I'm like, it's like the characters aren't even characters. The events aren't even like. I mean, this guy's pulling animals to turn girls. Yeah, that is like another point where I was like, I gotta drop this. Either this genius or I gotta drop this, and I wasn't feeling genius, so I immediately dropped it. So, how do people watch it? It's really the borderline of wrong. It's horrible. Oh my! I forgot to refill my water bottle before I started streaming. It's basically empty. Yikes. I'll refill that when the chain ends. But yeah, oh, Sea Revolution, man. I didn't even give it one episode. If I can't handle manga, I definitely cannot handle the anime of it. That's just how it goes, unfortunately. Assassination Classroom, of course. I thought it was solid. It was okay. I think it's on the line of getting towards becoming good, but like, I don't know, I guess I'm just not like into shonen series that much. Who's the Bear's character? Because I bet we don't agree. The Assassination Classroom. One of my problems with shonen series is that like some of them just aren't that memorable. Like, they're just such a big cast that it's hard to like remember names and like character traits sometimes. Like some shonens have like eventually just like the cast, they grow on you and you actually do remember them. Like Naruto get a pretty good example of like separating like all the different casts and their powers and all that to make them unique. But I felt like especially in the school setting where everybody's have the same uniform, or like have like is following like one like code of conduct or something like that. It's like following one same ideal or something. Then it's like it's hard to remember characters that way. I'm looking at taking a look at the characters right now. I don't think any of the characters really stood out to me. Like, man, it's been a while. I probably forgot the story by this point. I remember the general feel of the show and like some of the events, but like characters, my god, I just don't remember them that much. Like at this point, if I'm gonna mention something, I don't think like, sure, they're okay characters, but I don't think I like any of those ones that you mentioned. So like, I don't hate them, but like I don't like those either. Like, Terasaka was a bully in the class. Terasaka was the one with like the red hair, I believe, right? Or no, Terasaka. Let's see. And see, like, I don't remember. Like, they're all... no, he was the one with, like, that brown blonde hair. That's... He's alright. I don't know. Brown blonde was Surasaka, yeah. Yeah, I honestly, none of them really stood out to me. Or I don't remember them as much. I can't really comment because I don't remember them as much as I should in order to make the comment for that kind of thing. So, yeah, that's just how that goes. When you watch, oh man. Anyways, what else can we talk about when it comes to the anime? Actually, what are your what are some other genres that you like? I'm kind of curious. Like, what series have you watched? Or, like, what series have you watched? And like, what are you currently watching? And that kind of stuff. Like, you know, it's kind of interesting to see. Like, even though like it's because like now that we have like seasonal animes, like the amount of seasonal anime we get is huge. So you can kind of see how like what people watch, and it's kind of interesting to see. Some people, you can tell when someone loves isekai, someone just hates it, or someone just like, yeah, I'm into it, or some people are just more casual, or some people like me just like watch like everything and like drop half of it, and I don't know. It's neat to see what people are into. You've watched Parasite, a lot of isekai. Started Kobayashi Dragon Maid. Yep, Kyoto Animations. Oh, Kyoto Animation is always Kyoto Animation work always hits, man. They're honestly, they do almost all my favorite series are all Kyoto Animation works. So I didn't make my anime list. You can always start, you know. Like they always say, the best time to start was like 10 years ago, but the second best time is now. So. But yeah, for started Dragon Maid. Yeah, Dragon Maid is it's a good show. Are you watching Komi? Okay, here's the thing. I can see why a lot of people like Komi. I'm watching it. I can kind of find some enjoyment of it. I can see why people love it, but I don't think it's that good. But it's still worth a watch. It's refreshing, at least in terms of like the current season of anime. At least I think the manga is better. I think I'll have to agree with that. I read the first couple chapters of the manga, and it was a lot. It had a lot more impact, I'd say. The first episode actually had a little bit better impact, I think, in terms of the manga to anime, but as far as adaptation-wise. But other than that, I feel like some of it was better just on paper. Manga was a little bit better, I think. It's hard to say that much because I have only read a couple chapters, and you know, not that far. I'm already caught up in the anime, but I'm not that into it just because they started to make more manga like it. Like, you mean more clones of a Komi-san, or like more manga like? Did they mean like make it more manga like, or sort of similar? Like, so you're gonna see like that kind of, those kind of so you mean you're talking like a school, like kind of slice of life? I mean that's always been there, but I guess like you're talking about like school social anxiety kind of thing going on, like that kind of those kind of themes. The Mitru say Furi's kind of scary. I haven't heard of that. Maybe if I like, maybe I've seen like the cover. Let me check. Maybe I've oh, I think I read like one chapter of this and then or like two chapters of this and I kind of see where it went and it was like it's made I went on to my like plan to read list, which is very very big, so it's like buried in there. So maybe one day I'll pick it up, but for now I'm not in the mood for that. So I think that's one of those things I have to be in the mood to watch for sure, to read, I think. So that's that. Anyways, this is number 30, which means it's guaranteed 2 IVs. But it does not have the animation, so it's probably 3 or higher. Also, since we're at a chain of 30, I'm gonna quickly go refill my water bottle. I'm also gonna give this a try. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. I'm back. Okay. This chain is going on. I like it. Okay. We are not gonna be doing the Ditto hunt all day today. We are going to be switching over to Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep later on for the 100% run. I'm so close to finishing it. I got a couple things left to do. It's a short list. So we're gonna run through that because after we finish that, normally I was planning to do like the entire Kingdom Hearts series in play order back to back, like either 100% or just like complete them with the secret ending. But then Pokemon came out and I just want to focus on this. So after I finish Birth by Sleep, I'm probably gonna hold off on the rest of the series until I'm done with this game, which probably won't be very very long. Or I'll mix it up later on, but yeah, the Ditto hunt at least is gonna be my main priority for a couple streams. So, anyways, getting back to it, anime. Actually, what am I watching this season? I don't think I've talked about that. What am I watching this season? Okay, I'm watching Komi-san. I'm watching Mushoku Tensei, Takt Op Destiny. That one I think is one of them that I was really looking forward to. I saw as soon as I see Madhouse and Mappa original, that is just like you got my attention. So so far, I think if they stick the landing, everything is gonna be good. I watched the first of Takt, but I wasn't sure. It's for me, I think it's really good. Sure, I mean the premise we've kind of seen before here and there, but the execution is much better. As long as they stick the landing, I think it's gonna be a very very solid show in general. Really good show. Probably one of the, in terms of like non-sequels, it's probably one of the best things this season. I'm also watching Blue Period, which is also really really good. is that the best? Not dropped it, just had some other things to catch up with. Yeah, I think Attack on Destiny. If you really don't want to, if you're not the mentality to enjoy the show, it might be harder to enjoy for sure. Um, it's not something that you can just like play at any given moment, and yeah, you'll enjoy it. I think you have to like sit down, be ready to watch the show, kind of get immersed in the world a little bit, and you can kind of enjoy it that way, you know. So like, there's yeah, what's Blue Period about? Because I've seen it on Netflix. Blue Period is like a slice of life drama about a guy. He's like 2 years away from graduation. He doesn't know what he wants to do, and then he finally gets interested in art, and he wants to pursue a career in art. So he's starting super late in terms of like his career, or he wants to become a professional artist. So this is his like journey to becoming an artist. So it kind of follows that like it kind of follows the general sports manga kind of like developments and that kind of energy where you're like you want to get better at something, and like you know you have like personal relationships and like all the drama and stuff, like so it's like hype sometimes, but it's generally because it's not sports, it has the hype is slightly lowered, but you have other elements to make up for it, and it definitely has some interesting characters for sure. Overall, I think it's a pretty focused show. I think like the direction and like the production of it and everything is like it's consistent, and that is something I kind of have to appreciate with that show. Everything about it is focused and consistent to its themes, so pretty cool. Oh, actually, okay. There are a couple more to talk about while I'm moving down this list. World's Finest Assassin. We talked about that one. Did you say you watched Mushoku Tensei? I am. The latest episode was so good. Latest episode was quite good. I mean, I was hoping this. I was actually kind of seeing how they would adapt that moment because I read the manga and all that. But yeah, I'm not caught up with season 2 yet. Yeah, Mushoku Tensei is does not shy around its corners. Like if it has a flaw or like weird character tropes, they will just like slap you in the face with like, this character is exactly how this is. They're gonna act the way they are gonna act, and these personality traits are gonna be very apparent and everything. So the funniness, the kind of childish nature and themes, they don't hold back. They go all out, and then like the world is very well thought out, I'd say. Like it's like one of those things, like it's kind of similar to ReZero, where you know that the author has already decided on like all the elements of the world, how it's built, all these maps, like what's the quality of life of each people of the people here, what kind of races are there, what kind of traits do they have, what it is like the lifestyle of certain people. What are some stuff going on in the background that the character does not know about? Like all the story is planned out. You can kind of tell Mushoku Tensei has that kind of energy and like depth to it that is like in that world. So it's something you can get really caught up in really quickly. At least for me, I really enjoy that kind of stuff. But yeah, season 2 is catching up to the manga pretty quickly. So I wonder if, since it's a light novel, I'm pretty sure they'll even surpass the manga eventually. So that's pretty cool to see. Anyways, let's move on to like what I've also been watching, because there's quite a few more that I want to talk about. World's Finest Assassin, we talked about that one, so I'm gonna skip that. The second half of 86 season 2. Man, where do I start with 86? I think you should. 86 is a series that if you want to talk about, you should probably watch it first. I don't know how I feel about 86. There's so many good things about it, and then there's like some character developments that I did not like, and there are some story elements where I'm like, it's hard to understand some of the characters sometimes, but yeah, I've got to watch it. It's also the same with To Your Eternity. To Your Eternity. Oh yeah, it's that guy that was immortal or something, right? Guy that was immortal and had that kind of, it kind of had a feeling of becoming something great, but didn't end up being anything too special. I think it had a super cool concept, but it kind of fell flat somewhere, and then it just kind of lost its edge. But it still ended up being something that's pretty solid. Maybe want to read ahead of the manga, which I did a little bit, and then I realized this just isn't my thing. There's something kind of lacking in terms of enjoyability for me, so I didn't think too deep about it because I didn't enjoy it that much. But it was something a little special at the moment when I first got into it, and then kind of lost interest. So yeah, I think 86 has like it still has my attention, but there's some developments and some characters that didn't usually buy my manga or read online. Currently I do not have any. I'll say right now I don't have any income, so I'd have to acquire it in other ways. I closest thing I've gotten to like physical copies. I do have like a couple. I used to have like 1 or 2 physical copies of stuff, and then I'm like, so then I did do some reading in libraries and stuff, local libraries that did have some manga, but then eventually I just didn't. It was too much of a hassle, and yeah, I read online. Yeah, that's unfortunate because if I could afford those subscriptions, I would. So yeah, if I had some income, I mean, I do have money, but I don't have income, so it's like, do I really want to spend my money on stuff that I really have this easier and cheaper alternative? So that's just how that is. Anyways, moving on, there is Faraway Paladin. Now, I really love this series. I actually really like Faraway Paladin. Honestly, it should not be an isekai. It should be just a straight up fantasy. That's how I feel about the series. But I guess it's an isekai, and it's isekai but like, it's not really isekai. It's like, sure, he got reincarnated, and sure, he has memories of the world, but it has nothing to do with the story. It's just good regardless of. It's not good because it's isekai, but it's good despite being isekai. Man, Faraway Paladin I really love. The anime itself isn't. The anime itself kind of didn't do justice to the manga. The manga felt like manga had those vibes. It had that like. It had like that that feeling of something of becoming something great, you know? Like, it had that kind of it was something so like immersive, and like how that world and like had everything going for it. And then like the manga, I think the worst thing for me about the anime adaptation was probably art style and then the casting. I feel like the casting of the voice actors kind of didn't let me get fully immersed in it, and also some of the way the characters were designed just didn't I couldn't quite appreciate as much. But that's something to deal with sometimes. And regardless of that, the story is still pretty good, I'd say. The animation was kind of lackluster. Some of the art, some of the color, like the colors and stuff, was intriguing, but I couldn't quite say that it was good as I would hope it would be. It's a good series, so read the manga. It's good. Faraway Paladin. It's pretty good. There are also quite a few other things that are on this list that we should get to. Senpai ga Uzai. What was it called in English? Is it called My Senpai is Annoying? That's like the that's the one with like the short little girl, short adult, like short girl that's like an adult that they work in an office together. Office, yeah, that's the name. Yeah. They work it's like an office comedy romance, like comedy romance, and it's pretty cute. I dropped it like episode 10 or something like that. No, that was 10. I dropped it. What was like episode 6, I think, somewhere around there. Like I really enjoyed it, and then like I don't know what it was, but it was just I've had enough of that kind of. Okay, I've seen a lot of romances that just go nowhere, and like we're just frustrated to watch in the moment, and like I just at one point just clicking like, this is gonna go nowhere, and I'm gonna feel frustrated with myself at the end, and I'm gonna wait until I'm gonna wait to keep my eye on it until the end and see how people react. If people still enjoy it at the end, I will pick it back up and continue it. If not, then I just like save myself the trouble of feeling salty at the end of just not being able to see how this ends up, because I've seen my fair share of shoujo anime where just like where it's like misconceptions, and then like the drama happens, like nothing happens. I hate it when nothing happens. That is something that bugs me, especially with romance animes or like romance themed anime. So okay, our chain has broke at 37. Ooh, that sucks. Okay. Wait, 42. Oh, 42. Let's see if we got any 5 IV Dittos. One. 1, 2. 1. That one has 2. 4 IVs. Oh, I don't know if I want to keep that. Oh, so close. It's not quite 5. It's not quite 5, but it is 4. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. How do you feel about Toradora ending, if you've seen it? So close. See, I know, so close. It's so close. Oh, man. It even has metal powder, which is 1 in 20 chance. Oh my god. I can't take it. I just can't. You know what? If one of these stats were either 0 or 31, the attack or the speed was 0, I would have kept it. Like, that's just... Oh my god, that is so sad to see. Anyways, I promised 5 IV or 6 IV, and that is neither. So, yeah. It's okay. Almost perfect is not perfect. So... Okay. So at the end of the day, if we don't get it, we will just have to transfer it over from our sword and shield. What else do we have currently? I'm watching this season. Wait, did I close it by accident? I think I did. Yeah, I did. Okay, I'm also watching Shin Nakama, Batch from the Hero Party. I was clicking the Hero Party, yep. The manga was better. I think it was some of the character designs, particularly like Red and with those two the protagonists. I didn't like the designs in the I gotta say it's pretty average. I would say the anime was very, very average. I see the manga was slightly better. I enjoyed the like the feel of the series, like the but yeah, I think it was I had small amounts of hope for it. It could be something a little bit more I hope it would be a little more some like kind of as Instruction in Another World. Instruction in Another World was just, I don't know, it's slightly different. It's like Instruction in Another World is like felt a bit cheap. It felt very one-dimensional, you know. I felt Shindo Nakama had a little more substance, a little bit more substance that would make it separate ever so slightly, and that would make it a little more enjoyable for me. But they didn't have much when they adapted it. It lost that kind of feel. I felt like I don't know what it was. Was it the world? Was it the way things were written? Was it like the mentality of the characters? Something that was there that kind of made it feel a little bit more not quite generic. But guess what? We got to the anime and we lost all that. It was his sister. Was it the sister that kind of ruined it? I don't know. It was there was something about the show that made me the no emotions. I mean, there's a reason why she had no emotions. They obviously explained it in the anime so far, but if you don't mind little spoilers, I can, or like a little bit of a tidbit there, I can tell you at least. I mean, I guess it could have been explained, but they didn't. I think it should have been explained already, but they skipped that explanation. Okay, so the thing about that was, you know how we saw how different what do you call it, the jobs? They could be called the jobs, right? The different their blessing, right? So they had a blessing, and then depending on the blessing, the personality changes, right? So the hero was designed to be like unbeatable, always made the perfect decisions, and she never sleeps, she never had to eat, she was never felt lonely, so she was able to defeat the Demon Lord all alone. In the beginning, all the sage, the guide, and everything was extras. They weren't needed for the hero to do her job. So the blessing had to take away all of those things from her in order to be able to beat the Demon Lord. So that was the kind of one of the things that was like part of her character, or part of her design. So like she used to have a lot of emotions, but like you know, she lost those to become a hero, or the hero chose her, the hero blessing chose her, and then it was like she lost because she was forced to give those up, really. So they may have explained it in the next episode or something like that soon. Maybe they changed the order of it, but that was the explanation, at least, that was going to be given, or was given, or is going to be given. So it wasn't explained that well, but it sort of skimmed over it. Ah, I see. Okay. Yeah, that's too bad. Yeah, I mean, I had some hopes for it, but now it's just kind of average. It's like better side of average, I'd say, because there are a lot of generic isekai out there. This one is still the better side of generic, I would say. So it is what it is. I can't help it sometimes. Where is... There it is. Okay. Hey, Ditto chain. Chain number 45? 75. 74. Sorry. Okay, Osama ranking, I am gonna read later on. I'm gonna binge that one whenever that's done. I've heard good things about it, but I've never watched it myself. I've heard people got like feels over the shadow, and the... Hey, There are certain kind of shows that kind of bug me. Osama Ranking, Made in Abyss. There are a couple other shows. Is that the King one? Yeah. It's the King one, where it's like the prince like kind of like hear or speak, whatever. Yeah. Mute and deaf. King Ranking. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, my problem with that is like, sure, the story is really, really good. Yes, the art is good, but overall, the art and the story, the themes don't mesh, and that is a problem for me. It's like saying the series is really good and the art is really good, but they're not good together, but they're still good. That kind of bugs me. That if they didn't change the art style or they changed like way it's presented, I don't know. It's like Main Abyss was that problem for me. Like, I think the Main Abyss story was good. I think the art style was good. I don't like the art style and the story together. It kind of ruined it, I'd say. Like, there was just better options in terms of, like, combinations. Like, it was good despite its art, and its art was good despite its story. Like, it could have been a better series if they combined, like, both those elements together to be even more special, you know? That's what that is. And then Osama Ranking, I feel it has the same kind of vibe with that, but I can still enjoy it despite that kind of mismatch, but that is another thing. Harem of the End, or like World End Harem, or whatever. What's it called? It's called yeah, World's End Harem. I have not watched that one yet. I read like I read like the premise of the manga, and it sounds like it sounds exactly what it sounds like. I don't know. What is it on? It's, I don't think they decided. It's being postponed because it was meant to air like earlier this year, like in like the early it was meant to like air in early September, and then they like just canceled it because they weren't prepared, and then like delayed it to next season and so on and so forth. So I don't know where it is. Where is it being released? I'm not sure yet. They haven't really said anything about that. It's on YouTube. 7 Seas Entertainment. I don't know. It's gonna be typical. It's gonna be a typical ecchi. Basically, a guy has a disease. He goes into a cryogenic chamber to go to the future. In the meantime, while he's gone, to be cured in the future, while he's cryogenically preserved, there's a disease that kills all the males of mankind, except for people with his current disease. His disease is cured, and then he has to repopulate the world. So that is, but he doesn't want to do it because he's still in love with his childhood friend, and then drama, and then harem, and yeah, it's pretty, it sounds exactly what it sounds like. The characters actually look pretty nice, and like the art and all that is, seems like it's gonna be good. Other than the story and the characters, the fact it's a harem, it's, yeah. The only good harem, like, I mean, there's only like a couple good harems that I found were good. Borderline hentai is what I'm hearing. I mean, yeah, it's I don't think it was going to go quite as far as To Love Ru, but it is, I'd say To Love Ru is above. I'd say Ishuka, what do you call them? Those Ishuku reviewers, whatever it was, that's also far above it, so it's not quite there. But it's approaching To Love Ru, I think, in terms of that kind of stuff. Yes. Yeah. I mean, I don't want to say no to any harem just because it has a harem or like ecchi tag or like any kind of thing like that. I don't want to completely disqualify it from being watched or talked about. What were your good harems then? What do you call it? The World God Only Knows. So good. We read it, watch it. It is really good. I really enjoyed that. The world God only knows. It's so good. I'm definitely probably gonna rewatch that eventually sometime. There were also a couple other ones. Was there a couple of other ones? I think that was the one that stood out to me. But yeah, I started it. Gotta continue. I see. The manga is complete. The anime skips a couple of volumes in between, unimportant ones, or the ones they skimmed over, kind of. So, let's see if I can find Sign of Heroine, How to Raise a Boring Girlfriend. That one is I enjoyed that one. Actually, that was pretty decent. It was entertaining. Let me check my dittos. I actually really enjoyed I personally really enjoyed How to Raise a Boring Girlfriend. That was it was good entertainment, I'd say. See, I just couldn't get into it for some reason. I can see why you wouldn't get into it. Actually I don't, but it was okay. I mean, it's okay to not really enjoy it, but maybe the fan service for the first episode. They didn't even have any fan service in the first episode, did they? What? What? There was fans first? I don't remember. There's an episode 0, I think. That is that's like the OVA. That's like the fan service extra episode and like not relevant to the story kind of thing. It's like reading My Hero Aka, and then like they have like the bonus episode of like that's irrelevant to the story of like a beach episode or something like that. That's what that is. That's what the episode 0 is, I think. Or it could be like the prequel. Let me check. I gotta check that. Episode 0, huh? Flag 0? Oh, yeah, you don't start there. You do not start there. You start with this original series, and then that's just a side story, I'd say. That's like after you probably like watch that as like a bonus episode, like after you finish like, the first season or whatever, or like finish the entire series or something. It's like that's I believe that's like volume 10 of the manga. Like it's not like episode 1. It's like episode 10 of the manga. To, like go back to the beginning, kind of like see what happens, you know, like. So yeah, you're probably confused with that. It's okay. It's kind of like Your Lie in April, where they have the extra episode that's like a prequel, but you're supposed to watch at the end of Your Lie in April, not the beginning, kind of thing. So it's like for people to enjoy, to, like kind of see how things ended up from the beginning. So I'm gonna try it then from episode 1 this time. Yeah, you do that. You're gonna have like between the seasons there's a little bit of a gap, but like it's not that big a deal. There's a lack of continuity between some of the seasons, but you're not gonna miss much. As long as you can accept that, I think you'd have an amazing time, I feel. So go ahead and enjoy that. I think it was pretty good. Another thing I really liked was what do you call it? It was How to Raise a Boring Girlfriend. It's your standard clickbait light novel title, but it's more slice of life, more slice of lifey. It's more slice of life drama kind of thing. I really enjoyed it. I feel like some people say it's kind of generic, kind of like the characters weren't that great or something. I've heard like people like complain about it, but I really enjoyed it personally, so I'm gonna stick by it. I think the movie was amazing. I think the general series overall is probably one of my favorites in terms of romances and harems and all that. It's not really harem, is it? Kinda. It's kind of like a parody. Kind of like a parody of harem, and like, because it's like a light novel, so it's like it plays makes joke of the themes sometimes. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I'd recommend that one as well if you're interested in that kind of thing. Some of the jokes kind of miss sometimes, but that's fine. It's good despite that. I didn't quite like the quintessential quintuplets. Sure was wholesome and like refreshing and all, but because I already read the manga, I didn't feel like it was worth a second go through, and I don't know, the anime just didn't do it for me. It was not entertaining. Other than that, I don't think there's much. There's like a couple other. Let's see. Is there any other interesting harems? I can't say I'm too convinced either, really. Yeah. Like a lot of the harem stuff misses very easily. I don't blame that. Actually, Yamada-kun and the Seven Witches is pretty. It's interesting. I'd say it's a unique. I'd say that was probably one of the more unique ones I've seen. Other than that, I don't know. There's not that much I'd say that are good harems. I mean, there are some. Trinity 7. Okay, Trinity 7 just embraced the entire thing. Like, they didn't hold back. They were just like, we're gonna have fun, and we're just gonna like, I'm gonna try to make an awesome story, but I'm gonna have fun doing it, and they pull it off. I enjoyed it, and they had fun, and it was just a good time, I'd say. Like, the characters were great. Let's let them a lot. The Trinity 7 characters were great. The energy was great. The system, the magic systems in the world, and like all that stuff. It was fun. It was interesting. It was intriguing. Honestly, I wish it was they had more sequels and it was more popular and stuff. But I guess I'd be happy satisfied with the manga in the future. So I'm probably gonna binge it all when the manga ends, or whenever I can like finish the entire series in one go. Otherwise, yeah, it is what it is. I guess when he asked, oh yeah, the protagonist is he speaks his mind, and that is like, he's just like that, and he speaks his mind. You gotta appreciate it sometimes, especially when you have like all these generic self-insert characters. The fact that you finally get like an interesting like actual character on one of those kind of series is very, very refreshing. Very refreshing. I enjoyed it for sure. That's what we need in harem anime, not some this type of guy. I mean, that is exactly one of the features. One of the things I love about the world God only knows is that the characters in that show, the main character is just awesome. Like, there are no like generic characters in that series, and it managed to be a harem. It's cool. I like it. Anyways, if that's what you like with that, you're probably gonna there's just a later tone and like more comedic elements to it, but the world God only knows will have that for you. So I think you'll be interested in it. As long as you follow the story, I think you're gonna be good. I mean, the story isn't that hard to follow. The story doesn't really kick in until like later on. Like, I mean, there's still stakes for now, but like, sure there are stakes, but then like I'm not gonna spoil it. There are future events which have more of a story to it than in the later seasons. But this first season doesn't mean that nothing happens. It just like it's just a cool setup and premise, and they use it well, and then they build up on it, so it's pretty cool. I'm not gonna spoil too much, but yeah. What else have I been watching this season here? Oh, okay. Sakugan, I was going to watch. It's on my plan to watch list. I haven't checked it out yet. I have like watched like a couple minutes of the first episode. I'm like, I'll watch this some other time, and then I'm never gonna. I probably don't know if I'm gonna watch it, to be honest. It's on my plan to watch list. I just don't know if I'm gonna watch it or not. I'll see how it ends up. It really depends on like how it goes. Really. I show Otome. What's this one called in English? Taisho Baiden's Fairy Tale. That one is a shonen slice of life thingy-majig of like a historical slice of life show. I dropped that one as well. I love the energy of it. I loved how that things went. The same problem of it being a potential romance and it going nowhere kind of ruined it for me. There was one little tidbit. The music I actually really loved. I really love the music. Actually, I mean, it stood out to me. There were a couple of themes that kept playing back that reminded me of Planetarian, and boy, that it was a +1 in my book. But then I just didn't finish it because of the yeah. Do we have any idea when Dr. Stone season 3 is coming out? I'm not seeing that. I think it's planned, but not I think it's planned, just not yeah, it's planned, but not released anytime. So yeah. Let's see. I would recommend reading binging the manga. I dropped the manga. I feel like the it escalated a bit too much. And then I just couldn't get, like, the stakes were just a bit, didn't feel real anymore, and I lost interest, I felt. Like, it went from this, like, cool and, like, invention, like, talking about science, to this, like, hey, this is our goal, and this, like, this are the stakes, and, we're just gonna make these tools for our goal in, like, one, like, half a chapter. Like, hey, this is an invention, here's one page about what it's about, let's progress the story, because, like, this, like, they just want to push the story forward, and I felt like it changed a bit too much for me, and then I dropped it at that point. So, yeah, it lost its direction. I mean, it has a direction. It just, it was very abrupt, the direction shift it had, and I didn't enjoy that shift, so I had to drop it. So, I mean, yeah, it is what it is. So. I mean, I'm sure that at the end of the day, the mystery behind it might be good, and it has potential to still be really good. But from where it started, I'm not sure I'm gonna like it, even if it ends up being good, because of the direction shift it took to get there. So it is what it is. I'll leave it at that. Okay. Back to current season selection project. Now, normally I do not enjoy idol culture, or I prefer to call it cancer culture. Cancer culture, not cancel, cancer culture. But I really enjoyed this series for some reason. I'm still following it. I haven't dropped it yet. And I'll tell you why it caught my eye in the beginning. Why I even started this series. Okay? So, what Selection Project is about? It's an idol show about a group of amateur idols, like, doing like a reality game show kind of thing, where they try to become idols at the end of the day, and you know, the winner gets like the sign a contract to become like professional idol, whatever. That's like the goal. That's like the entire premise of the series. Now the reason why I even considered this series is I took a look at the studios. I looked at the splash room, like, there are some nice character designs. I looked at the studio behind it, and I'm like, that's why this is a Dogo Koba original. So it's original, so I mean the story is completely original. They have full control over it. And then Dogokoba, they have some really good character designs. Whenever I look at their series, they have some really good character designs. They're memorable characters. They have they did a weekly Girls Weekly Nozaki-kun, Gekkan Shoujo. Plastic Memories, they have memorable. I'm sure the story was at they had pretty crappy story developments. Like it was kind of meh story developments, and then they had really good character designs. And that's exactly what an idol show needs. It doesn't care about the story; it just needs good character designs in the first place. So that's why I watched it. So they've done like Plastic Memories, they've done Gekkan Shoujo, they're doing the Senpai's Annoying. They did Yuri Yuri in the past. They did New Game, which I felt like had really good character designs, but really poor execution in terms of story and stuff. I felt. Gabriel Dropout, that was very memorable in terms of characters and the comedy, but story-wise and all that stuff, they kind of missed it for me. You know, they had a lot of good, they had really good character designs, but not a lot of good story and execution. But they don't need that stuff when they have an idol show. So I feel like Dogokoba found that it's like Dogokoba doing their it's like they finally found a series where their strongest tools matter and their weaknesses don't matter as much, and they found a genre specifically for that, and they're at it, and they're doing an original. So I'm like, I gotta give it a shot, and that's what I'm doing. Selection Project, that's why I'm watching it, and it's pretty good so far. It's entertaining. I do not regret watching this. I think I will finish it. I think I will say at the end of the day, I think we'll say it's probably pretty good. So we'll see. We'll see how it turns out. But Selection Project, I am gonna finish that. So that was a surprise for me. That was my biggest surprise of the season. Selection Project, surprisingly, I'm gonna keep up with it. So pretty cool. There's actually one more series I want to talk about afterwards. I'll have another great chat with you about anime, but I gotta head off to bed. I'll definitely come back again for a different stream. Alright, sounds good. Yeah, we'll be streaming a lot, like almost every day at this point, around the same time. Just because I want this Ditto done. So I'll see you, Death Rider. I'll see you. I hope you come back sometime. After this, now let's go to like 4:30 or whenever. A couple more chains, or whenever. If the chain goes very long, I'll probably end it then. Okay, that's my plan. Chain at 15. Cool. I'll take it. Let's keep going. Anyways, I'm gonna. Okay, Kaginato. I have to watch this series. I don't care if it's good or bad. I have to pay respects to Key. For those you don't, hey Timothy Randy, you're a bit late, but I forgive you. I also started pretty late today. So I started half an hour late. You came 2 hours late, technically, or an hour and a half because I started like. It's okay. I forgive you. Welcome. I was just talking about anime again. How you been? It's the same as always. Good evening. Yes. Good evening. Or I guess good morning for you. I guess it was a good evening for you. I can't quite tell. Anyways. 74 chains broken. That's not a good thing, by the way. Is that a good thing? It's an event. It's a thing. It's the larger the number is, the closer we are to our goal, and the more insane I look. So yeah. Anyways, I was talking about Kaginato. It's a chibi short, kind of like think Isekai Quartet, but not Isekai, and it's all Key's work. Now, for those who don't know who Key is, how dare you? But you're also probably not probably a seasonal anime watcher, and not like one of the OG viewers. What's that anime? Oh my god, I don't know. It's okay. A lot of people don't know. This is like an this is from a time when seasonal anime wasn't really a thing. Like, people didn't watch anime seasonally; they just talked about whatever was good. No, I think it was like kind of like transitioning towards that era. But yeah, Key is a company that makes visual novels, and they did some pretty heartfelt moments in a lot of different anime. I mean, different in their stories, and when they got the anime adaptations, they Kyoto Animations and a couple other studios had to play around with it, but they peaked with Clannad and Clannad After Story. That is Key's probably greatest work, I'd say, and the animation studios behind them, Kyoto Animation, probably found the ground with that, I'd say, and they nailed it, especially with the After Story. Oh my god, the feels. Oh, I'll be back in 20 minutes. You got a shower, or I'll keep talking about Kageyado. Who's the studio? Kyoto Animations. Kyoto Animations, man. They are the best studio ever. I will always be a Kyoto Animation sim. I will stand by them no matter what. Like, they cannot do wrong. That's like a studio without budget. Unlimited budget, really? No. No, actually, no. They don't even do that license out merch that often, I'd say. They are like purely dedicated in their craft of rather than pumping out a bunch of works, they'd rather hunker down on a single one, and like they prefer quality, like pure quality over quantity any day. And they pay their employees salaries so they can focus on their works. I'd rather pay them by frame, which is the standard, and having them pump out frames to like make money. They'd rather pay them salaries so then they can focus on putting the best work forward. And they have their own school for their own animators. They also have their own marketing department, and they have their own like publishing company, which just mean they publish their own materials. So like they publish their own light novels and manga and stuff like that. Do they do manga? They publish their own light novels at least. So they have their own source of content, and then they have their own content, which is super dedicated. And they have like their own competitions, and they are a very progressive company, I'd say, and they've been like on top of it. They are ahead of their times, and they will forever like be a plus in my book. And like the fact that they're still alive and thriving, especially after the tragedy. I don't know if you heard about the tragedy of Kyoto Animation. A couple years ago, oh my god. So there was an arson attack in Kyoto Animation. When I woke up and found out with that, I think I actually. It was a tragic day for me. I came home, I read about that, I'm like, whoa. I had it took all the process. Like I didn't understand it. Like, why would anyone like attack your innovation? It's like they did all the works was like about happiness, spreading joy, and like family values, and like all that kind of stuff, and then like a lot of like heartfelt and wholesome moments, and spreading happiness and joy. Like it's, and then like somebody would go to their building, pour gasoline on people and set them on fire. Like that's insane. Like I thought it was a joke or something like, but like who would make a joke like that? And then yeah, that was just horrible, and it was like people said it was like the worst. It was like what did they say about it? It was the it was like the most um it was like the greatest had like the greatest casualty count of any event since like World War II or something like that. It was, and for on Kyoto Animation, it's horrible. I didn't understand it, and I don't think I ever will. But yeah, they recovered from that, and they're still producing like works. Like Violet Evergarden movie was still in production at the time. They still managed to push that out. You know, they came back with they're continuing on with Dragon Maid season 2 or whatever, 3 season 2, and they're still doing good work. They still haven't changed their values. If anything, I'd say they're improved even more, which is insane. And then like even all of their employees that were like suffered in the building and managed to survive. I think there was a news article saying every single one of them, once they recover, said they want to go back, because that's how dedicated they were, and that's how well they treated their staff and everything. So it was, yeah, like I will forever stand by Kanavision's side. I don't think they can do any wrong at this point. Like, they're my #1 in the studio. I admire them. So every single one of the works is quite yeah, it's definitely has its own value. It's definitely worth watching in some way or another, I'd say. But anyways, Kaginado, yeah, that's what we're talking. That's how we got there. Kaginado. So Kanavision is not doing the chibi style and everything, but they're using all of the Keyworks IP, which is very nostalgic. I'll say this. This is like pure nostalgia for me, and that is like the selling point of this series, I guess. Anyone who like is anyone that knows about anyone knows about like Planet and like all those like Air and Bullbusters, Angel Beats, even I don't know if Angel Beats is included in that, but Angel Beats, Rewrite. Oh my god, Rewrite anime suck crap. But the visual novel was so good. The visual novel was actually amazing. I'd say if I were to say like ask someone to read a visual novel, like I'm gonna choose one visual novel to do, it'd definitely be that one. It's definitely a good pick to get people into visual novels, and good interesting story. Sure, it's a bit slow, but what visual novel? Come on. It's a great time all around. Anyways. You had, what else was there? There was, Canon, which I didn't quite remember, but I'll probably reread that or rewatch it sometime. And, yeah, it's all just nostalgia and lots of feels. Lots of comedy, too. They're pretty, there's some okay comedy. It's pretty good. Anyways, that's Kaginado. I wish, I need more of it. That's all I can say. Man, talking about good animation, I don't know. I just don't know. You know, people like if I ever end up going to Japan, I think Kyoto's one of my stops, just to like drop on the memorial, just to like give my thanks. Like, that was tragic. Speaking of tragedy, not quite as tragic, but our chain ended at 23. Nowhere as close to being tragic, but as expected. One IV, one IV, one IV. 1 IV, 1 IV, lots of 1 IV dittos. We got a 4 IV today, so this will probably be our last chain for the day. Last shade for the day for sure. After this, we're switching over to Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. And we're continuing our 100% run of Aqua, which means, again, the racing, the arena battles, the Heartless missions, Unversed missions, which include the ice cream collection for the totem, and then the post-game bosses, and then the secret episode. Or final, not secret episode, but yes, the secret episode, that's what it is. Ditto! Yay! Okay. Whenever the chain breaks, if it breaks right now, we switch over. Or it doesn't break now, whenever it breaks, it breaks. Ooh. Okay. This Ditto chain, hopefully, it's a nice one. Sub 40. Or, not sub 40, sub 40. Greater than 40? Sorry, sub 40 means less than 40, right? When we're talking sub, we're usually talking about, like, speedrun times, I guess. So no, it's, hopefully this goes on for longer than 40. We have seen one trade of 40 today, which was the goal of average one a day, but you know, gotta do what we gotta do. I mean, if this goes to 100, this goes to 100, and yeah. Oh man, I'm still having feels just thinking about Clannad and like the key works. Rewrite was such a good Rewrite visual novel was so good. The anime sucked. That was oh man, I wish I could do I actually every time I think of playing Rewrite I want to play it again, but then I'm like I don't have the time. It's not worth the time investment a second time. But then again I did play it 2 times, like do 200% of the game, 100% of the game twice, which hit just as hard the second time. So almost as hard. Not gonna lie, almost as hard. Yeah, that's unfortunate. The anime just didn't adapt well. I think the studio is quite new at adapting stuff like that, and in terms of animation quality even was pretty, and I mean just animation, art quality, and everything about it was just quite sad to see. At least they have all the same voice actors. But now that that IP's been used by that company, probably sign a contract, same memories again. Anyone else? It's just unlikely we'll ever get another decent adaptation of it. And who would want to? Because it's such a long piece of work with such a heavy story at times that especially with multiple arcs, it's hard to adapt that properly. Which ending do you go for, right? If you go for the main ending, the other characters kind of feel a little bit not quite as interesting as they could be. But you know, what you got? All right, and what we got was pretty trash. Nothing. Nothing. That sucks that our chain is not that long and it ended there. Let me just update chains broken to 76. And as promised, we will switch over to Kingdom Hearts. So I will let's go to this screen. And I'm going to